kind of how I do it with everybody. I do it in my trainings, and I do it when I'm meeting with people. So Brittany had just shared with me that she has a level of interest with this company. So language is what we're going to work on. So Brittany, I want to share with you how you make money in this company. So tell me, where would you like to see yourself in 5 years from now?
In my custom-built house on my land with 2 babies.
With the business that you're in, with just being an esthetician, do you see yourself getting there within the next 5 years?
25.
25 years. Okay. Well, if I could show you a way that could get you there a little bit faster, would you be interested in seeing it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is called my napkin presentation, and this is you. We're going to put you at the top, okay? Your goal in this company, and I am very honest with people and straightforward, your goal in this company is to share. That's what we do. We share. So we are going to share with maximum 15 people. And I tell them that because I want people to understand that you don't need 100 people on your top line, okay? So maximum 15 people that are going to work with you, okay? Your first step is to get 8. So Brittany, tell me the name of your best friend.
Miranda.
Miranda. And do you have another best friend?
No. Remember, I'm not friends.
You have no friends.
Brittany's my friend.
Brittany, do you have a sister?
No.
You don't have a
We don't
sister?
claim sisters.
You don't claim sisters.
Haley and Caitlin.
Haley and Caitlin. Well, let's go with these 4 right here. Who is Miranda's best friend?
Katie.
Katie. Okay. Does she have a second best friend?
Amber.
Amber. Very cool. Now, do you realize that if you talk to them and they decided that they wanted to partner with you, you just made quite a bit of money? Let me show you how you did that. There are 4 ways to come into this company. There's a $9.95, a $6.95, a $3.95, and a $45 kit. And guys, put the 45 out there, let them know. Are you leaving? Okay, give me a hug. All right. No, you're okay. I love you. Can you get out?
Yeah, I'll park right now.
Okay, you good?
Yeah.
Your baby's beautiful. Okay, you're on maternity leave, so we need to get together.
I go back to work on Monday.
Oh, jeez.
We'll be getting together with Gina because she was procrastinating on us.
Okay, we'll do that.
Say one more time, say
So, Brittany, when people partner with you in the company, you make 15%. So with the $9.95 kit, you get paid 15% of $900, which is $135. $6.95 is $95. $3.95 is $45. And if you come in at $45, you're going to make 0 on them because there's no product sold, so there's no commission to be made. Okay? The difference in the kits are more products. So the doctors have designed this business for everybody. So if you're poor and you can't afford it, you can come in, and if you have the money to invest and you see the business opportunity, you can come in with more products that you can share and do whatever you want with the kit, okay? So let's say Miranda just came in and she partnered with you. You just made $135 off of Miranda. And guess what? $135 off of Brittany, $135 off of Haley, and $135 off of Caitlin. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But it gets better. You make 5% in everybody in your first generation through your 5th generation, okay? So everybody that comes in as a consultant, you're making 5% all in your downline. So these are all consultants down in your generations. 5% of $135 is $45. So every time someone signs on with your downline, you're making $45. Pretty cool, huh? Now, Brittany, when you get 8 people on your top line that are working this business, and you get to 125,000 in team volume, you earn a Lexus. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes, it is.
are in that Lexus, you're making about $6,800 a month, and the doctors give you a check for $750 for the car. Okay? They want to make sure that you have a team underneath of you so you can afford the next level of income bracket that you're going into. Pretty cool, huh? Now, when you broaden your horizons a little bit more and you have 10 consultants that are working with you, you become a premier, and when you earn premier level, you get to go to Napa Valley. Have you ever been to Napa Valley before?
Yes, no, yes.
Okay. And I always ask questions as I'm going. You want to keep it a conversation. You want to keep it light and airy, okay? Well, then, oh, and I'm sorry, and that's with Miranda having 8 people under her working the business. So now you have one level 5, and you have 10 people on your top line working, okay? So Napa Valley, and I explain, is a trip that you get to go to the corporate office, and you get to go and spend time in the wine country enjoying.
Wine
How was
and
it?
dined. You step off your bus with champagne and then you leave with your champagne. Napa Valley was awesome, and the one thing I thought was interesting, because we like Southern home cooking, in Napa Valley we ate things that I couldn't even pronounce. So just the different culture, like funny meats and stuff, and side dishes that were like French, I don't know. But it was really cool just to see a different kind of culture. Living how we did, I could never see myself in Napa Valley, and we went to the stores, and like the regular tank top was $100, and I'm like, whatever. And it was really cool to just see how other people can live and how you really can live. Not that I want a $100 tank top, it'd be nice to have, you could just buy it, right?
And the cool thing about this company is what the doctors are doing is they are putting your life into a whole nother level. And they're doing it gradually. And as your team is growing, your income is growing, and your life is changing. Like I said, this didn't happen overnight. This took 6 years to create. And it started the first day that I decided not to quit, okay? So then you work this business just a little bit more, and you have 12 people on your top line, and you have 3 level 5s. You become an elite in the company, and when you become an elite, you earn a trip to Hawaii. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Haley, have you ever been to Hawaii?
Thanks, Dee.
It was a pretty amazing trip, wasn't it?
Very much so.
It sure was. So Hawaii is when, and I usually tell the story about how it really hit me what the power of this company has. So Brittany, 15 people on your top line, and 5 of them being level 5 puts you into the RFX bracket, and you get paid 2.5% on your 6th generation, okay? Doesn't sound like a lot of money, does it? But when you think about all these consultants that are bringing in consultants, your 6th generation has a lot of people on it. And Brittany, when I earned my 6th generation pay, my check went up $15,000 a month. It's kind of powerful, isn't it? Pretty powerful. So this is one way that you make money in the company. But it's really a lot of ways, because you don't make it just with your directs, you make it with your team.
Free money.
Correct. That's what we call mailbox money, is right here, okay? Now, let's say Miranda decided that she did not want to partner with you. She didn't want to be a consultant. But she went to your website at 2 o'clock in the morning because she couldn't sleep, because she kept thinking about what you had to say, and bought a product. Well, if she goes to your website and buys a product while you're sleeping, you make 25% off of that. Pretty decent money, isn't it? Well, you want to know what's really cool? For every retail customer that signs up in your downline, 1st through 5th generation, doesn't matter where they are, you make 5% on everything that they purchase. Do you see how your team grows and how it's easier to get to that 125,000 mark. Okay, well, Miranda decided, you know what? I was really silly signing up as a retail customer. How many of you have had silly retail customers, Kendall, that you go, oh my God, I could have saved them 10% and gave them free shipping, okay? If they would have signed up, if Miranda signs up with you as a preferred customer, and all these other preferred customers in here, Miranda signing up, you make 31%, okay? These preferred customers in here, in your team, and all your other consultants' preferred customers, you make 5%. If I told you, Brittany, that I make $100,000 a month, but I only make $2,500 on my first top line. True stuff, guys. I only make $2,500 off my directs a month. The rest of my check is in this. That's the power of duplication, okay? All right, now, cost of doing business. I bet you're wondering, what is this gonna cost me? Well, do you have an electric bill?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Everybody has an electric bill. Rodan+Fields has an electric bill also. What's your electric bill a month? Your husband pays it. So, wow, how many others' husbands pay their electric bill? Wow, okay. Well, my electric bill here runs about $200.
Okay.
Okay, true thing too. It's nice to have good insulation and thick logs. So, we have a $100 bucket, we have a $600 bucket, okay? Our $100 bucket, I tell you, is your electric bill. This is what we purchase every month. The doctor's wanting us to purchase $80 in product and $24.95 for our websites, okay? That makes us commissionable in the company. All right, so if we have our electric turned on, we get paid. All right, $600 is a goal. So this is our gold bucket. Okay, how do you get your gold bucket? Well, when Miranda joined your team at $9.95, $900 went into your gold bucket. Okay, then Brittany joined your team in the same month. Another $900 went into your gold bucket. Then you had 3 of your friends that wanted to buy product. And let's say they spent $100 a piece. That's $300 that they spent. They're preferred customers, so they go into your gold bucket, okay? So you're pulling from your PCs and you're pulling from your directs, okay? Now you've got $2,100 in your gold bucket. Oh, and then, so every consultant you have on your top line, their $100 electric bill goes into your gold bucket. So let's say you had 4 people up here. That $400 goes into your gold bucket, okay? So now you have $2,500 in your gold bucket. And you did this in 2 months, okay? Guys, this is very doable to do this that fast, okay? You get paid 31% off of your preferred customers, 15% off of your directs, and these 5%, they don't go in there at all. That's just free money, mailbox money, okay? So our goal with the company is to always do $600 a month. But my goal for you would be to do $3,000 a month. And the reason I say that is, if you do $600 a month, you're gonna make $100 to fill your gold bucket, right there. You put in $900, you made $135, that's gonna pay your electric bill, okay? But if you shoot for $3,000, you're gonna make a heck of a lot more money. And they're gonna start growing their teams, and you're gonna even make more money, okay? along the way, you're being rewarded. So when you move up in the company sends you surprises, and I won't tell you what that is, because you'll just have to find out, but it's really, really cool, jingle, jingle, jingle. And then you start earning the trips. Well, where I'm at in the company now, I'm leaving for Australia in 2 weeks. And by the way, guys, I get to take both of my daughters. It's our first vacation together. So I'm really excited about this. Questions, anybody? This is how I talk to people. When I talk to Julie at McDonald's, when I met Kirsten at the Mexican restaurant, when I met Brittany down at Panera Bread. I hate Panera Bread, by the way. I talk to everybody the same way. Because if you're taking the napkin that's on the table, I take an ink pen and a business card. And I draw this out, and I tell my story usually while I'm drawing this out, and I get them involved by giving them their friends' names. And I show them how they can make the money. Then I say, so Brittany, what questions do you have? No questions? Gotta think about it? Well, let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm just trying to kind of get an idea. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being that you're very interested, 1 being you're not very interested, where's your level of interest?
About a 7.
A 7. Okay, so what is holding you back? Why a 7? What's the issues?
You know, got all this stuff going on at home and timing, but just the $100, I just can't do the $100.
The $100. Why are you hung up on the $100?
Just because it's $100.
It's $100 out of your money that.
Out of our budget.
Out of your budget. That's a good one. I like that. Well, you know, Brittany, this is how you get off to a fast start in this company. We do what we call our 3-way calls. And a 3-way call is you're introducing me to a friend of yours. And you're sharing with them this opportunity through me. Because you are just beginning in this company, we work as a team. Because if you and Miranda don't work together, she's going to get discouraged. And if Miranda and Amber and Katie don't work together, they're going to get discouraged. So we all lean up to me, and when I get discouraged, I go to Jackie. And when Jackie gets discouraged, she goes to Eddie, okay? So we're a team and we all work together. So when you start bringing on consultants, does that sound hard, bringing on consultants? Do you think? No? Because sometimes you might want to start with them using the product and being a product user. You're okay. How many of you lead with products when you start conversations? You lead with the business. Who leads with the business?
Depends on the person.
It does depend on the person. How many of you lead with the business and then you get stopped? They're like, you know what? I'm not interested. You have to default. So you default to the products. And sharing with them, you know, well, you might not be interested in the business right now, but what's the issues do you have? And you want to maybe do the solution tool with them. Bless his heart, he is hungry, Mom. Oh.
I'm gonna take it downstairs.
Oh, you're
I
fine.
can still hear you down there.
Yeah, you're fine. It's more comfortable down there. But if you're running into a wall leading with the business, refocus your direction and say, you know what? I could say to her, you know what? Maybe this isn't
If I was
for
like
you.
a 4.
Yeah, if she was like the one today said she's a 1. She's not interested at all, and quote unquote, she says she don't want to work. Well, she heard all of our stories today, and stories usually sell. I was shocked when she said,
Well, she was very honest. She goes, I just don't want to work that hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to work it. I don't want to put myself out there. She's done it before. And my
Which is
response,
okay.
that's okay. This business is not for everyone. When I first started talking about people with the business, I was like, you know what, you can retire in 3 years. at their job, they don't want to retire in 3 years. They want to continue nursing. They want to still own their business. You have to, that's why we say you have to connect. You have to learn who these people are and where their button is. Y'all don't want to retire. Okay, well, you don't have to. But one day you might want to. Well, I still don't want to. Okay. Well, do you want to take some time off and go on some luxurious trips? Do you want to see the world? Do you want to see just the United States? Do you want to do something? Find what works for them. And always ask. You talk about the business, and they're like, well, I don't want to do it. Ask about the products. Because most of the time, they're not going to go, well, I'll buy the products, though. Because they feel bad. They've already told you no about the business, about what you want them to say yes to. They feel bad, they've hurt your feelings. So ask them, well, you know, what about your interest on the products? Would this be something you'd like to just give a shot? It's got a 60-day, 100% money back guarantee. You either get good skin or you get your money back. That's a win-win to me. So you have to ask. Just like people, hey, I know someone in Rodan+Fields. Oh, really? Yeah, it's my friend. Well, who's your friend? They might not have a friend. Might be a Facebook friend. How many have 1,000 Facebook friends? Are they really your friends? Could you tell me about them or at least tell me their whole name? You have to ask. One lady, she told me, well, I have a friend, and I just shut down. I was like, okay. 5 minutes later, she was like, well, will you finish telling me about it? Because it's not really a friend. She's on Facebook, and I see her stuff sometimes, and I think she's got a dog. Yeah, let me get you my card, and we restart the conversation. You've got to ask.
So, everywhere I go when I fly, I'm standing in line and I'm like, okay, dear God, please set me by someone who I can talk to. That's my opportunity. I've got a captured audience right next there in the seat beside me. So I'm getting on the plane in February to come to Missouri, I think it was. And I did my little spiel. All right, dear God, set me by someone who I can talk to. And I step on the plane, and the lady in the second seat looked up at me and smiled. And I said, can I sit with you? And she said, well, absolutely. I was hoping you would ask. And I'm like, well, that's strange. Okay. So I sat down, got all buckled in, and I said, why did you say that? And she said, well, I have been watching you for the last half an hour, and I'm thinking, all right, this is getting really strange. She said, I love your blouse and your shoes. They're fantastic. They were just those little flip-flops that I just went up and checked the chickens in, okay? And I said, well, thank you. And she said, but the thing that intrigued me the most is you had a name tag on. So I knew you were a businesswoman. And I said, okay. So you've heard of Rodan+Fields? And she goes, yeah, I have. You're kidding. Thanks. I asked you to set me by someone who didn't know Rodan+Fields.
You just have to someone who you can talk to.
You're right. Be specific in your ask. So for an hour, we're flying to Missouri. We have time to chit chat. Actually, I was going to Little Rock because that was where our layover was. On our way there, she talked about herself, talked about herself, talked about herself, talked about herself. I had 15 minutes left. It was my turn. So you've heard of Rodan+Fields. Who have you heard of Rodan+Fields from? Oh, I have a friend who does it. Oh, awesome. Well, what's her name? Because I'm pretty high in the company and I know a lot of people in Rodan+Fields. And that's where I got her. She goes, well, we went to church like 5 years ago and I see her on Facebook and golly, I just can't think of her name right now. I knew then I had it in. And I said, well, let me ask you this. Has your friend ever given you some products to try? She said, no, I've never had products to try. But I wouldn't want to use them anyway because I use Clinique, and you know, Clinique is the best stuff out there. There's nothing better. She said that to me. And I said, well, I'd love to put Clinique to the challenge. And she said, okay. I said, I'll give you a regimen when we get back to Tennessee. I'd like to see what you think about the products. Would you stop the best product in the world to try mine for 2 months? She goes, well, if you're giving it to me, yeah, I'll give it a try. Well, we stopped in St. Louis and we had a couple Bloody Marys together and waiting for our layover. And I got back home and I've been trying to get in touch with her and trying to get in touch with her. And finally she texted me back about a week ago and said, I owe you an opportunity to put that put that offer to a challenge, don't I? And I said, yes, you do. And she said, well, give me a couple weeks because she's been traveling a lot. She also is a farm rep and a nurse and all of that. And so we are going to end up getting together in August because I'm gone the whole month of July. So sometimes, guys, you just gotta look for them, pray for them, ask for them, and they will appear. They really will.